I want some breathing room. Could you leave the apartment for a month so I can decide whether I still want this with you? She said. I answered, take whatever time you require. That same night I packed my things, and within a week I began seeing her cousin. She completely flipped out when we walked into Thanksgiving dinner hand in hand. Hey everyone. Before we dive into the story, if you enjoy these kinds of real-life tales, please hit that subscribe button and drop a like. It really helps the channel. Appreciate it. Now let's get into it. I first crossed paths with Sarah, 27F, 3 years back at a laid-back barbecue hosted by some shared friends in our city. She had this bright, lively energy, hilarious, the sort who could captivate everyone with a quick anecdote or her infectious giggle. Me? I was the dependable sort, solid IT job, consistent income, not the most exciting guy on the surface, but always there when it counted. We hit it off immediately. She was chasing freelance graphic design work, hustling on projects here and there, and I jumped in fully committed right away. I stood by her during every high and low. Early on, when a major client bailed and she couldn't cover rent, I stepped in and paid it quietly, no hesitation. We're in this together, I used to tell her, and I genuinely believed it. Our relationship grew steadily over time. After about a year, we moved into a comfortable little place, modest, but with a nice park view out the window. I took care of the majority of expenses while she focused on growing her client list. After exhausting days fixing bugs and writing code, I'd walk in to see her drawing at the dining table. We'd prepare meals side by side, chatting about our goals. Hers were ambitious, globetrotting, launching her own creative agency, embracing that wild, liberated lifestyle she loved sharing online. Mine were quieter, security, perhaps a home of our own one day, something enduring. I figured our differences complemented each other. In hindsight, warning signs were there that I brushed aside. They started small. Late nights, she'd be glued to her phone, double-tapping photos from past boyfriends or travelers posting glamorous adventures. Check out this dude. He just took off across Asia with nothing planned. That's real freedom, she'd comment, partly teasing, but there was a sharpness underneath. I'd smile and propose we book something ourselves, but she'd dismiss it. You're so sensible all the time, Alex. I crave a bit of unpredictability sometimes. It hurt, though I told myself it was just pressure. I gave up plenty without protest, passed on hangouts with friends to meet her project deadlines, pulled from my savings when her old laptop died so she could get a new one. One memory stands out. She was devastated after a proposal got turned down, tears streaming. I pulled an all-nighter tweaking her portfolio and cover letters, telling her how gifted she was. I'd be lost without you, she whispered, holding me tight. I was convinced we were unbreakable. Then the subtle put-downs grew more frequent. Roughly half a year before everything exploded, she began spending more evenings with her artsy crowd, people who boasted about random gigs and casual hookups. She'd return home after midnight, reeking of IPA, dodging my questions. Just making connections, hon, it's not your crowd. You wouldn't understand the vibe. One night, I arranged a thoughtful outing, passes to a gallery show she'd once raved about. She arrived 60 minutes behind schedule, mind elsewhere, constantly glancing at her screen. This is nice, but honestly kind of tame. I'm craving something bolder these days. I pushed down the sting, convinced I could adjust. Deep down, though, it cut. Was I merely her fallback? The serious indicators appeared in the final stretch. Hidden messages. She'd tilt her phone whenever I neared. Extended office hours that never lined up. Quiet comparisons slipped out. My previous boyfriend was so carefree. We'd hop in the car and vanish for days. Or she'd share posts joking about choosing excitement over comfort. I brought it up once, carefully. Everything all right? It seems like distance is growing. She sighed dramatically. Seriously, Alex, not every little thing is an issue. I'm simply growing. Growing. That term lodged in my brain. As though I were obsolete code she'd soon delete. Everything peaked on an ordinary Tuesday, after a brutal workday, major release looming. I walked in to find her curled on the sofa, expression grave, no welcome hug, no routine check-in. Straight to business. I set my laptop bag down, felt the atmosphere thicken, and took the chair opposite. This isn't positive, I sensed, but stayed composed. What's on your mind, Sarah? I asked evenly. She exhaled theatrically, clearly prepared. Alex, I've been reflecting deeply. On our relationship. On myself. I care about you, but I require distance. Genuine distance to determine whether this is my forever. Would you mind staying elsewhere for 30 days? Maybe a friend's couch? It'll let me think clearly, no distractions. I paused, absorbing it. Leave our home. The place I'd largely supported financially? Distance for precisely what purpose? I inquired, voice level despite the knot forming inside. She shifted closer, sincere on the surface, yet carrying an air of superiority, as though instructing a child. Relationships sometimes require trials, don't they? Lately I've felt confined. You're wonderful, dependable, kind. But I have to discover whether greater possibilities exist beyond this. Perhaps rediscover parts of myself. It's not about being unfaithful. Just fresh air. You get it. You've always been so accommodating. Each phrase struck hard. Confined? After all I'd poured in? And the tone, condescending, as if I were a minor annoyance she could shelve. I recognized the double standard instantly. She expected me to exit while she presumed I'd linger patiently, like an obedient pet. No reference to her mysterious evenings or the networking buddy she'd name-dropped too often. I could have exploded, pressed for truth. Instead, clarity arrived. If I'm so replaceable, why plead? I gave a measured nod. Take whatever time you require. Her expression flickered with surprise. She'd braced for resistance. Seriously? You're fine with that? Absolutely, I replied, rising. I'll gather my things this evening. Relief washed over her, almost victorious. Thank you, Alex. That's huge. We'll reconnect afterward, all right? This could strengthen everything. I stayed silent and walked to the bedroom. While she relaxed watching shows as though routine continued, I collected necessities, wardrobe, computer, vital papers. No drama, no breakdown on my part. Internally, shattered, bewildered. How had it unraveled so badly? I slept on a friend's sofa that night, ceiling gazing, reliving every concession. The injustice scorched. I'd constructed our foundation, yet she handled me like a demo version. Still, I refused to pursue. Self-respect came first. Next day I messaged. Key left on the counter. Place is yours temporarily. Then complete quiet. I blocked her briefly. Not malice, just oxygen. She could enjoy her requested solitude. Unbeknownst to her, I was gone for good. Those initial 7 days hurt deeply, no glossing over it. Couch surfing at Mike's gave me endless hours to reflect. Nighttime confusion struck hardest. Her phrases looped endlessly. Had I overlooked glaring hints? Confined, despite funding her workshops and absorbing every complaint? It seemed profoundly unjust, like I'd been downgraded from equal to standby. I flipped through old pictures. Evidence of devotion, chauffeuring her to meetings, toasting minor victories with affordable meals I'd carefully afforded. One scene replayed vividly. Last winter when flu knocked her flat. I ditched an important business trip to care for her. Homemade broth simmering while she streamed series after series. You're my anchor, she'd mumbled sleepily. Suddenly, I'd become her prison. I refused to dwell forever. Pride took over. No groveling texts, no outbursts. Instead, I handled business. Secured a month-to-month rental in a calmer neighborhood. Tiny one-bedroom, good natural light. Ideal for resetting. Shifted bills to my name only. Removed shared subscriptions she'd overused. Routine actions, yet they created separation. At the office, I channeled energy into an extra initiative, boss noticed. You seem driven these days, Alex. Small victories snowballed. Gym sessions resumed. Neglected while centering her timetable. Picked up personal development reads she once ridiculed as dull. She sought distance. I used it to broaden my horizons. Roughly 7 days later, Emily appeared. Emily, 26F, Sarah's cousin. Similar looks, yet completely different temperament. Always level-headed. We'd exchanged polite words at family events. She pursued marketing studies, barista shifts on the side, straightforward attitude. News of our breakup traveled fast via relatives. She reached out unexpectedly. Hi, Alex. Sorry to hear about Sarah. Rough situation. Coffee or a chat if you want. No pressure, no gossip. Genuine offer, no drama. I paused, dating territory with her relative, but intent wasn't payback. Connection felt authentic. Sarah had quietly labeled Emily boring in private. I accepted. We met casually, park seat, coffees to go. Talk came effortlessly. No sympathy fest. Questions about work, jokes over strange holiday moments. Sarah's always chased impulses, she noted kindly. You deserved far more than a temporary hold. Coffee extended to a stroll, then a proper meal days later. Chemistry sparked organically. Mutual love for trails, cheesy films, things Sarah deemed ordinary. Emily showed gratitude, respect. The way you're navigating this impresses me, she said across dinner plates. Plenty of men would explode. Within days we were together. Unplanned, yet perfect fit. I felt valued again, no longer reserved. We moved slowly initially, mindful of family links, but authenticity shone. At last, someone treated me as priority. Meanwhile, Sarah's reflection period unraveled per later updates from acquaintances. Her ask hadn't been pure introspection. Signs pointed elsewhere, ignored nighttime notifications. Likely that artsy guy, call him Jake, aspiring lensman, family money, known for inconsistency. She plunged in eagerly, sharing vague updates about fresh chapters and wild energy. Consequences arrived swiftly. Jake offered excitement without depth, vanished after 14 days, abandoning her mid-crisis at her desk job. Deadline slipped, a contract vanished. Circle began pulling away. They'd witnessed her condescending attitude too. A friend messaged privately. Man, she's falling apart. Asks about you constantly. I remained uninvolved. Unblocked eventually, yet initiated nothing. Silence carried weight. Injustice lingered. Why rebuild alone while she toyed? Reflection brought perspective. This wasn't defeat. It was freedom. 2 months later, Emily and I stood strong, booking short escapes. Existence improved noticeably. Sarah's initial outreach landed 3 weeks post-exit. Fresh from an evening with Emily, phone lit up. Hey Alex, hope you're well. I've missed our talks. Could we catch up? I've sorted some thoughts. Gentle probe. I examined it. Brief echo of past doubt, no longing. Sorted thoughts after evicting me? Brief reply, nothing really to discuss. All the best. She persisted. Next day, extended version. Please don't shut me out. I wanted breathing room, but now I understand your importance. That was wrong. Meet up so we can discuss properly. Rationalizations followed. Claims everyone requires pauses, that it ultimately reinforces bonds. Ignored. Calls followed. One night mid-meal prep with Emily, her name flashed. I picked up, tone flat. What is it, Sarah? Sweet at first. Alex, hearing you feels nice. Life's chaos without you. Jake meant zero, temporary distraction. You're what matters. Come by. We'll repair it. Temporary distraction, I echoed calmly. You requested I vacate so you could ponder. Seems pondering led straight to another person's arms. Rapid retreat. That's not accurate. I felt lost. You've always been forgiving, please understand. I care deeply. Double standards poured out. The same woman who deemed me confining now pleaded. No, Sarah. It's over. Call ended, yet pleading intensified. Her circle intervened next, cheerleaders of her awakening. One DM, give Sarah another shot. She regrets it. Don't act small. Then relatives. Her mother phoned. Always indulged Sarah's caprices. Alex, this is absurd. She's suffering. Step up. Be mature. Return. Blood is thicker. Uncomfortable didn't suffice. Emotional blackmail, suggesting debt owed. I closed it politely. This stays between us. Please respect that. Her tone shifted to fury thereafter. Voice notes flooded. How dare you ghost me? After all I invested? Probably screwing some quick fling. Enjoy loneliness then. Authentic self emerged. Arrogance morphed into bitterness. Blocked everyone. Peace preserved. Emily agreed. She's reflecting her own issues. You've advanced. Come autumn, reports filtered in. Sarah withdrawn, employment unstable. Jake revealed as habitual player. Finances ruined by reckless habits, sofa surfing. Defenders faded as realities emerged. Thanksgiving arrived sooner than anticipated, roughly 8 weeks after her harshest messages. Emily and I maintained steady dating, discreet yet open. Invitation arrived through Emily's branch. Her folks hosted annually. Sarah being cousin made overlap unavoidable. I considered skipping, pointless. This was my reality now. No hiding. Emily reassured. Weirdness arises, we exit. But you've done nothing wrong. Correct. Betrayal had simmered long enough. Fog lifted to certainty. Her tactics revealed my value. No more second place. Pre-holiday weeks saw Sarah's decline hasten. Friends volunteered details unprompted. Post-Jake abandonment, downward spiral. Abandoned freelance pursuits for vanity endeavor that crashed, piling debt on cards I'd co-signed long ago. Thankfully detached early. Loneliness struck brutally. Party friends vanished when facade cracked. One evening, unknown caller rang. Likely her, unanswered. Relatives persisted with subtle coercion. Emily received messages from aunts. Convince Alex to forgive. Sarah's matured now. Tiresome manipulation wrapped in obligation. Ignored completely. Retribution felt justified, not spiteful. Treated as disposable, life echoed it. Financially strained. Couch crashing. Poetic really. Image damaged. Inspirational captions replaced by gig begging. Meanwhile, I progressed silently. Earned advancement, trail walks with Emily, launched small programming guide online. Resentment surfaced, then evaporated. She traded treasure for flash. I refined my own shine. Holiday atmosphere crackled with unease immediately. Emily's family home. Cozy, decorated warmly, table overflowing. We helped prepare, arrived ahead. Joy echoed everywhere. Felt belonging. Then Sarah entered. Unkempt, plastered grin, solo. Gaze fixed on us instantly. Cornered me near snacks. Alex didn't anticipate this. With her, disapproving stare at Emily. Remained composed, nursing my drink. Holiday event. Logical weed meet. She pressed closer, pleading beneath bravado. Private conversation? I've grown. That distance request was foolish, clear now. Jake, pure error. Everything collapsed without you. Please reconsider us. Same flawed reasoning. Faulting the break rather than her actions. Entitlement crested. Needed me after discarding our shared life? No, Sarah. Chapter closed. Expression contorted. We belong together. With my own cousin? That's cruel, Alex. Disloyal. Reversal of power stung. Her audacity, blaming me? Nearly chuckled, composure intact. Scene attracted attention. Emily approached. Supportive touch on my shoulder. Sarah's voice escalated. Mask shattered. Parading this here? After 3 years I gave? You're worthless alone. Predictable. Dull, Alex. She's temporary. She'll realize soon. Murmurs spread. Aunts who'd advocated reunion shifted awkwardly. Mother attempted mediation. Sarah, enough. Not here. Sarah continued, frantic, unraveling. No. He's indebted to me. I was discovering myself. And he runs to her? Repulsive. Return, Alex. I'll pardon you. Entitlement exposed. Pardon me? After her games? I placed my cup aside, tone steady, transformed. Zero pity. Zero concern for her chaos. Sarah, you demanded distance. I granted permanence. You regarded me as temporary help. Condescending. Arrogant. As though beneath your supposed progress. Today you're insignificant. I've constructed superior, fulfilling career. Serenity I guard. Partner who prioritizes me. Emily isn't temporary. She's genuine. You became education. That's all. She faltered, rage blending with sobs. You'll rue this. Solitary forever. I lifted shoulders, unmoved. Unlikely. Contentment found. Flourishing. You? Sort that independently. Emily and I departed, rejoined the group. Allegiances tilted. Uncles expressed quiet support. Relatives murmured about her exposed affair. She fled shortly after, publicly mortified. Reversal burned. Me raising a glass beside Emily, relaxed laughter, while she retreated solitary, destitute, revealed. After the holiday, total quiet from her camp. Permanently blocked. Emily and I? Deeper bond. Discussing journeys. Future plans. Zero backward glances. Wounds anger softened to wry amusement. Her requested solitude propelled my elevation. She holds no influence. Merely a brief mention in my journey. Thanks for sticking around. If you like this, subscribe and like the video. What are your thoughts on this one? Drop them below.